Okay, so we've now cut this out, we've got it in place, and we've removed the polygons from this section of the wing. And if I just pop up into Layers Manager, I'll go to the front wing, and we just hide the undercarriage for a moment, or that section there. As you can see, there it is. We've cut it out. If we put it into perspective view, have a look around, there we are. Unhide that, and that fits snugly inside there. We're going to leave this frozen, this section frozen for the time being, whilst we continue working on other parts of it. So let's unhide line 2 now. There we can see that that's fitting quite snugly inside as well. And what we need to do is shape this bottom section to the wing. And that's what we're going to do now. In fact, whilst this is open, I think I'll hide the wing and the copy of the wing, which I have over here on the right. Close that. That's selected. Into polygon. Let's pull this down a little bit. Let's have a look at the base. Right, we need to delete that one. Don't need it at all. Let's pop into vertex. As we can see now, we have quite a lot of vertices around there, and we need to shape them, these bottom sections. So Alt X, zoom in a little bit. There's quite a few to do here. Okay, so let's move up a gear or two, shall we? Right, let's start at the back there. You know, it might be better if I have this wing section in transparency mode. Let's just get these here done for a moment. Now let's get it done. Put it in transparency mode. There we go, that makes it easier. I'll readjust these now. Just move it up one vertices at a time. So one of the reasons why we put the lip in on the on that wing section there, serves a multitude of purposes and hides a multitude of sins. Okay, just roughing these in for a moment now. They don't have to be exact. But they really have to be behind this lip. Yeah, it's looking fine so far. That one in the corner there, just pull out a little bit. Good, rotate around, have a look. And up we go. Is it there? About. Can readjust some of these now. I'll pull it out from transparency mode in a moment. That should help us a little bit more. But it has to be above the wing and behind that lip. Just grab these here. A lot of concentration now. I don't know why. Let's see it. There we can see where the lip, pulling it out, just takes it behind, some there, pull those out, and some here and there. Let's go down and have a look at that. There it is. It's not looking too bad. Okay, let's come up to the root on this one. File manager, front wing. Let's unfreeze that one for a moment, unhide the wing, rotate round, select that section, unfreeze it. Let's have a quick look around. Now we can see the lip all the way around here. That's not looking too bad at all. Oh, sorry about that, the system crashed again. Obviously 3ds Max does not like sharing its resources with Camtasia. Not to worry. Anyway, back to it. Yes, that's not looking too bad. We can see the lip here. So, now, there is a little problem, and it's one which many new students to 3ds Max find quite frustrating to begin with. If I pop up to render and I say render this scene here, we can see through our geometry it's not there. Where's it gone? In fact, we can see all the way through, even this section of the wing here. So what's the problem? Well, what's happening is all our geometry here has two faces, a front face and a rear face, and at the moment we're looking at the rear of all our faces. So somehow we've got to flip these about. Now we're in editable poly, and there's nothing in here that will let us flip those faces. So what we have to do is actually convert this to an editable mesh. Once we've got it as an editable mesh, we have a new option, and it's face. If we click face, and now if I zoom back a little bit, I've got my select tool layer. What I'm going to do is drag it out over all of that piece of geometry. Now that it's selected, I can come down here to surface properties, normals, and what we're going to do is say flip the normals. We can see that it's changed, and if I was to now say, well, let's have a render, now I can see the geometry. Once we've done that, we can pop back up to root there, and then we can go convert to editable poly. Let's try another render, and there it is. And if I was to say I don't like the blue, so let's have our steel grey, say OK, render it again, there we go. Problem resolved. So let's close this down, close that. Now then, I think what I want to do is just select that piece first of all. We have attach here. Now I'm going to select attach, and I'm going to click on a geometry there. So now we have attached that piece of geometry to this section of the wing. So if I was to just move that, now it's all one unit, but it's not welded together. and this is what we will be doing with the main section of the wing a little bit later on. Okay, I'm going to press undo on that one. I can now pop in here, go to our front wing, and we've got undercarriage there, and what I'm going to do is freeze it and close that. So as you've seen, we've approached the modelling of this section in a couple of different ways. I'm happy with this result. Now, the level of detail for inside here isn't all that brilliant, and it doesn't really need to be, not for what I want to use the model for in the final result. But if we did want to have reference material on top of our application here, 3ds Max does have a nice little utility which is stored in utilities, and it comes under Asset Browser. Select that and you can actually have it pointing to a directory where you keep a lot or all of your reference material. And as you can see here, I've got quite a bit for the 109, and if I have a look around, I'm sure I do have a couple of images of this particular wheel housing. There's one. Okay, let's pull that there. Got another one. One there. And let's just close this down. And as we can see, this is what it's actually like within that wheel housing. We have it going straight across in that section there, whereas in these you can see that it is rounded. So I could use these here on top of the application. So if I now select 3ds Max up here, you see they don't jump back into the background so that we can't see them. Just something for you to be mindful of. The Asset Browser, nice neat little tool that you can just keep down there if you wish while you're working on it, and that helps you with your reference material. Anyway, so the next part that we're going to be creating is this part here, which fits up into this section. So that's what we'll be doing. I'll just close these down because we don't need those at the moment. So that's what we're going to be creating, the flap or the cover that fits over here and is connected to the undercarriage or the landing gear. Okay, well, mindful of the time, I'm going to bring this session to a close, and I'll catch you next time.